Hey all, Nerd in Texoma here. Yes, I am showing off a little haul that I recently got. I had a couple of store credits at a pawn shop locally, and I went ahead and went up there today and saw what they had on DVD and came home with, I'd say, quite a decent little haul of different items. Uh, I was lucky enough to find a new controller, or new to me, but another controller for my PlayStation 4, which started working recently, which is a good thing. It's kind of disheartening. One day it just wouldn't read discs, and I like having the PlayStation 4, blow off a little steam sometimes, play some video games. Plus, I was not looking forward to having to plop down another $200 on another system when the Star Trek Resurgence game comes out next year. Because, yes, I am looking forward to that. I am wanting that. I can't wait for it. I hope it comes out sooner than what they're saying. But I went ahead and, like I said, I went up to a local pawn shop and managed to pick up quite a bunch of DVDs in addition to that controller that I think are pretty freaking darn cool. Now, this isn't, unfortunately, it is not the entire run of the series as I thought it was in the store. I went and Googled it. I'm missing actually 4 seasons at the very end, unfortunately. But this was a pretty darn good haul, in my opinion, because I like this series more than the original. I managed to pick up 6 seasons of CSI Miami box sets. Seasons 1 through 3 right there, and then 4 through 6 right there. All of this for a grand total of $8. I mean, that's a heck of a deal right there, in my opinion. $8 for almost the entire series. That, you can't beat it. Then, sticking with the TV series. Now, some of this stuff is older things I picked up at Dollar Tree a while back. So, not all of it necessarily is from the pawn shop. Some of it's been sitting around for a while that I haven't showed y'all. I managed to pick up, I'm not sure what season this is, but a season of Rick and Morty. That, I guess, is part of a bigger box set because it doesn't say what season it is. I mean, I know I've seen them with the Pickle Rick there. It's got both discs inside, 1 and 2. So, Rick and Morty, if y'all don't know, some of the folks involved with creating this show actually work on Star Trek Lower Decks. And I think it's pretty funny. So, got this for cheap. Then I found season 2 of Sherlock from the BBC with good old Benedict Caan there from the Kelvin Universe Star Trek movies. I've heard it's a good show. Never seen it. Picked it up, like I said, this one I got at the pawn shop, so this one, they were just trying to get rid of a bunch of DVDs because They had DVDs stacked up everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere. And unless it was like a big bulky one like the CSI's here, if it was, you know, a regular DVD case, but it was a season of a show, they just counted it as a regular DVD and gave you the, I think it was like, whatever, 10 DVDs for $5 or whatever, so yeah. Then, this is only one season of this show, but I mean, it's a comedy show. You don't necessarily have to see them all in order to, what do you want, Balana? What's up? Well, come on up here. You can be in the video if you want. Come on. Come on over. Sorry, Balana just, well, she decided she wanted to hop down and view from a distance. But this is a show that I found funny. It's only the 4th season. I can't remember exactly how many there were. But I got the 4th season of Two Broke Girls today. Pretty dang funny show, in my opinion. I know comedies, some people think some are good, some people think some aren't so good. This one I enjoyed. Then I haven't watched this yet, but it sounds interesting, is the Penn and Teller's BS show, where they're talking about different topics, I guess. Like it says, the Fountain of Youth they talk about on one, profanity, safety hysteria, the war on drugs. But basically I had volume 3 of, this is what, the 2nd season. They broke it up into, I'm guessing, at least 3 different DVD collections. Well, at the pawn shop I managed to get volumes 1 and 2. Now, at Dollar Tree, I got volume 3 a while back, so now I've got, as far as I know, the entire 2nd season of it, which I think is cool. Penn and Teller, if you don't know, are magicians or illusionists. They have debunked a lot of different things, you know, especially in the magic and illusionist community. They have a show, or did, on the WB or CW, whatever it is today. With all the merger stuff going on, I can't keep up with all that. But they had a show on there called Fool Us, where they would invite on different magicians or illusionists to, you know, do their trick and, you know, try to fool Penn and Teller, you know, and see if they could get away with it. So these guys are pretty interesting, pretty funny to watch in a lot of things that they do. Then I managed to pick up 2 of the Marvel movies, Avengers Endgame and Thor Ragnarok. There's so many of these Marvel movies. I am so behind on all of them. I've seen that there's a box set online, but I think it's a bootleg one that collects the different phases of Marvel movies and has, you know, all of them in one box set. Like I said, I think it's a bootleg. One of these days, if I can afford it, I will probably get it, just so then I don't have to go and hunt them all down like this. But until then, hey, when they're cheap at the pawn shop, it's a good deal. Excuse me. Let's see. Then we'll get into... Now these are the ones that I've found at Dollar Tree a while back that I haven't watched yet. This one is called Parallel. It's about a group of friends stumble upon a mirror that serves as a portal to a multiverse. As they begin to use the portal to their advantage, they soon discover that crossing between the dimensions brings increasingly dangerous consequences. So it's, from what it sounds like, it's a take on the old Sliders TV show, which I like alternate universe, alternate reality, sci-fi stuff, so it sounded cool. I know I got this at Dollar Tree because I got one of their stupid stickers on the back there. But I will be watching that eventually. Then I remember a few years ago when this movie came out, it sounded interesting. Never got the chance to watch it. Earth to Echo. Again, Dollar Tree, which pretty cool. You know, for $1.25, pretty dang cool. Then, yes, I know some people will hate on it because, oh, it's Michael Bay. Get out of here with that. The second Bay live-action Ninja Turtle movie. Hey, for $1.25, I haven't seen it before. Now I can. Woohoo! Then also on the Doctor Who trip. Now I'm not sure if this counts as a special or if this is just a couple of episodes that were released on Blu-ray separately from the release of the season. But I found this Capaldi pack with the episodes Dark Water and Death in Heaven on Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D, but I don't have a Blu-ray 3D player. But I found that again at Dollar Tree, still sealed, brand new, pretty darn cool. Going back to the pawn shop haul. This was supposed to be the DVD and Blu-ray pack, but they only could find the DVD. Big deal. But it is the Kingsman's Golden Circle, which I believe is the second movie of the series. I saw the first one, I forget the name of it, but I know this is a pretty cool movie, the first one, so this one sounded cool. I'll go ahead and get that too. Then again, this is another one of those that I know some people didn't like or were critical of it, or, well, not necessarily critical, but more meh about it. I found Venom on Blu-ray. Haven't seen it before. Again, a lot of superhero movies I am way behind the times on, but you know, found it for cheap enough. Now I got it. When I have time, I can watch it. This one is one of the multi-packs that I got, which I like multi-packs. And again, this is something that I think I've seen the first one, but not the other two. But when I saw this at the pawn shop for all three movies, and I think Blu-rays were like 2 for $5 or 3 for $5 or something. But again, if it all fits in one standard case, even if it's a multi-pack, they consider it one. How to Train Your Dragon Parts 1 through 3 on Blu-ray. Pretty darn cool. These looked, like pretty cool, interesting little movies back when they came out. Never, like I said, I think I've seen the first one. I know I haven't seen the second or third one. So, hey, for a couple of bucks on that store credit I had at the pawn shop, why not pick it up? This is the second multi-pack DVD. Now, I think since this came out, I think there is a third one now. I've seen the first one. I know I haven't seen the second one. And I know for a fact if there's a third one, I definitely haven't seen that. But these were funny with Adam Sandler, or the first one was at the very least. Hotel Transylvania 1 and 2. Adam Sandler is pretty darn funny, and I like a lot of the stuff that he's in. So, again, when DVDs are, 10 for $5 or whatever it was, get it. Then, this is one of those dystopian future type of movies. Sounded interesting. One of the actors, I am not going to try to pronounce his name because I know I'm gonna completely butcher it, and I don't want to do that. But it's got Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead, Daryl. It's a movie called Air. Now, again, I'm not going to butcher his name. I recognize him as a good actor from other movies in the past. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I recognize his name. But it's basically a dystopian future where breathable air is hard to come by, and most of humanity is in suspended animation, and these scientists are trying to figure out how to, I guess, clean the air, or how to adapt humans to live in this nasty air environment. Sounded interesting. Again, 10 for $5, yeah. Pick it up. Cool. And the last movie that I picked up today, kind of a difficult one. Not the movie itself, but what it represents. Some of y'all may be familiar with Jason David Frank. He was an American actor. He was a MMA fighter, contestant. He was a martial artist. He got his start back in the 90s on Power Rangers as the Green Ranger, who then turned into the White Ranger, who then came back through its many spin-off series to reprise his role. Just before Thanksgiving of this year, it was unofficially announced for about 12 hours before it was officially announced that he had chosen to commit suicide because he was going through a pretty nasty divorce, and some other stuff had just piled up on him and weighed on him pretty heavily. And yeah, I didn't make a video about this at the time because there was, a glut out there. Everybody and anybody was talking about this. And, I understand when something happens that's majorly traumatic. I mean, you got to get out of it. You got to get it off your chest. You got to cope with it, deal with it, accept it, rage against it. You've got to do what you got to for your mindset to get through. And there's a lot of folks that, Power Rangers was a bigger part of their childhood than it was of mine. That's not to say that I didn't watch Power Rangers and that I didn't enjoy the series. I thought it was kind of cheesy at times, but hey, it was cool. I liked watching it. I'm not going to say I'm the biggest Power Ranger fan ever, but, I think I was like 16 or 17 or so when it came out. And yeah, okay, I was always the nerd, and it's not cool to watch Power Rangers when you're 16 or 17. You know what? Fuck that. Watch what you like. Pardon my French. But, yeah, I remember at the time, my girlfriend was making a joke that her boyfriend and her little brother, who is he's like 4 or 5 years younger than me, both would sit together and frickin' get popcorn and watch Power Rangers in the afternoon, and she was joking about that. But it was a cool show. And when I saw this at the pawn shop today, I had to get it. I had to get this in memory of the character Tommy Oliver, in memory of Jason David Frank. In this movie, he's the White Ranger, because by that time the Green Ranger had changed and morphed into the White Ranger. But yeah, this is I'm recording this on Thanksgiving weekend, so it'll be a couple of days after Thanksgiving when y'all get to see this. And at some point this weekend, I'm going to be watching this in honor of someone who had an impact, I guess you would say, in my later childhood. Someone who's no longer with us. So, yeah. Not going to get on all the really sad stuff, choose to find the good in life. Choose to find what's good and what's uplifting. Remember the good times. So, y'all have a good one. Nerd in Texoma signing off for today. And I guess, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and show this right quick. I went to a Chinese buffet today and I got a 2023 wall calendar. Yay! Free wall calendar with buffet purchase. So, I haven't had one of these in years. These are pretty cool how they print them out, and they're the little flexible calendar. Got your whole year on it and all that. So, but yeah, if you're out in Gainesville, Texas, swing by the Asian Buffet on Grand Street. Prices are decent and pretty good. Food is good. So, yeah. End it on an up note. Alright, y'all. Take it easy. See you in the next episode. Bye.